It has been a long journey. 1 year. 1 year on YouTube. Now, I've done videos before. I've been on the platform longer, but not as myself. This has actually been the longest consecutive time I've been on YouTube as well. I got my start like I'm sure many people did. Me and my nephew doing stupid things and laughing about it and going, ha, we should film this and put it on YouTube. And in summer of 2014, he was staying with his great-grandfather, and I was talking to him one night, and I says, you know, we've got all these ideas. I'll go ahead and buy the camera. Let's do this. Let's film it. Are you in? He says, yeah, I am. So our original idea was that we were going to do co-op reviews. Just nothing but co-op games, stuff that we played together as kids and even now as adults. So we had this idea because neither one of us really wanted to be on screen. So we came up with these characters, and the whole thing was I was never even going to speak. It was just going to be him talking. And the whole thing was like we were this cult of gamers, and he was the head of it. He was this cardinal character, and I was like his paladin, his bodyguard, who had taken a vow of silence, and that's why I never speak. So I got the camera, got the costumes, and that's where that red Cardinals robe comes from. I didn't want a cheap-looking costume. I said, if we're going to do this, we got to do it right. So I ordered that thing from Museum Replicas. That was more expensive than the camera was. It was around $200, and I've always said it's only a waste of money if you don't get your money's worth, and I think so far I've gotten my money's worth. And you know you're going to be seeing it again in the fall and the winter, possibly sitting in this very spot. So I got everything ready, and then he just kind of backed off. He got a girlfriend. He was working all the time, spending time with her. So I started trying to figure out how to do things on my own. But I wanted to do something with two characters that played off each other, and I couldn't do both parts. So then I had this idea. So I'm just trying to learn how to film everything and edit it. I do some stuff for myself and upload it and see what kind of feedback I get. So I started doing these videos with these two puppets, and they were done in the style of like silent films. They were in like a sepia tone. Whenever they'd speak, I'd have these title cards pop up. They were only doing like Atari stuff, and I'd have like ragtime music in the background. I made like 6 of these. They were pretty cool. I would think they were pretty cool. But they got a little too long. You know, in like a 5 to 6 minute segment, it's not bad. But the last one I did, I upped it and went and did Kirby's Adventure. And that was like 15 minutes, and even I thought it was a little too long. So, but we still had this idea. We were still writing scripts for these two characters, the Cardinal and the Paladin. And he was just never around. And one day I finally says, like, hey, I really want to do these. I spent the money. It's like, I'm just going to do it myself. I'm going to get rid of the Paladin. I was like, do you mind if I just do the Cardinal part? And I'm going to use the same name, but I'll be the second. And like, you and I are the only ones who are ever going to know. So he says, yeah, go ahead. So he used to make jokes in those videos, kind of at him like, oh, my predecessor preferred this or whatever. And those were a lot of fun to make. One thing he did, he wanted to wear a mask, so he had like this Jester's mask, and I wanted to continue that because again, I didn't feel comfortable in front of the camera. So I got this big raven mask, and I'd make jokes about it. I did a few videos, kind of like my folks' tales, except fictional. And one of the jokes is that this character was just ancient. I had come up with this backstory that he was actually one of Odin's ravens, and I put little hints of that into some of the videos, but I never just outright said it. Oddly enough, on our way over here today, I found 2 ravens, and they kept coming up to me, but whenever I grabbed the camera to film them, they'd fly off, and I'd turn the camera off and set it back up, getting ready to film, and they'd fly down and land right in front of us again, but they didn't want to be on camera. So speaking of Odin and his ravens. But anyway, so I did that, and my nephew came with these 2 voices he'd do. He'd do like this, he almost sounded like Herbert from Family Guy, when he was like, it's normal Cardinal, and when he'd get upset, he'd go into like this death metal voice. He'd switch between them, so we wanted to continue the idea of having a weird voice. We came up with this weird anonymous accent, but through the mask, it was always hard to understand. But I did some videos like that. They never really went anywhere. And then I did a video for Michael Burhan, Nerd Genius, and I got to give him probably the biggest shout out. He was a huge inspiration. He was very helpful. He was always telling me how to do things, showing me tutorials. He even gave me a copy of Sony Vegas to help me edit, so I wasn't just using Windows Movie Maker. I was like, yeah, I'd love to get Vegas, but I can't afford it. And he says, well, I got an extra copy. I was going to do a giveaway, but I really like what you're doing, and I want to see you continue it, so I'm giving it to you. So that was just the biggest help to me in the world. I'm still using that copy. So he was going through a rough patch, and his show, A Rather British Review, I did sort of a parody of it as the Cardinal and sent it to him as a joke, where it was like the Cardinal's filling in for him since he's busy, but he's going through all these different English stereotypes. And he loved the video, and he's like, could you redo it, make the audio clear or whatever? So I was like, I could try doing it without the accent. So I reshot everything, did it without the accent, and he loved it, put it up on his channel. It is my most hated video. I can't believe the number of dislikes that thing has, and I just think it's funny because I think it's actually a pretty good video. I mean, they say you're your own worst critic, and I really am. So I'm going to go watch it now, almost 3 years later, and go, no, that was actually pretty good. I don't understand. I think it's just people hating on him for no reason at all. I think a lot of people just see he made a video and give it the dislike and move on. They didn't even watch it. He did give me permission to post it onto my channel at some point. I'm still planning to do that at some point in the future, and then link the original. But that was actually funny because it did a turning point where I was just using my normal voice. So in the next video for my channel, I came up with this idea. I was going to start doing the weird accent and then start coughing, and then just come like, oh, well, I'm glad that cleared itself up. But then I came up with what I thought was funnier, made a comment about, just started the video talking normally and be like, if you're wondering about my voice, it's my bird flu cleared up. So I started doing videos like that, but then I ended up moving. I've mentioned before the place I was living had a huge bed bug infestation. So I ended up moving, but the way things worked out, it took me almost an entire year to move everything, get everything in order. So while I was doing that, I couldn't make any videos. About a year goes by, and I was talking to Burhan and Xander Scully, and I asked them both, like, I really want to do videos again. It's like, but I don't know about doing the character. That was after Ghost got rid of Papa, and now they had the Cardinal. And one made a joke, like, oh, you could do a video kind of addressing that, like, you're both changing, because he's the Cardinal. And I decided to not use the mask anymore because I had started growing the beard, and you could see the beard hanging out from underneath the mask. So I did a few videos like that. And I ultimately decided to stop because I did a video on Burnout Paradise, and I had to put my own personal experiences into it rather than playing this character. And it occurred to me, I can't keep playing this character. I can only do the character for a couple minutes at a time. And I decided to redo the first 2 videos I ever made as the Cardinal, which were Clacks and Columns, because those were 2 that were scripted. I decided I would just use the same gameplay footage, film myself in front of the camera, use the same scripts, just to see how they turned out. And I did them, and I was like, you know what, I think this is good. I think I look good on camera. Not trying to toot my own horn, but I didn't look horrible, which is what I was afraid of. So I put them up, I showed them to Xander and Burhan, and they both loved them. And I started doing them just as myself. But when I did the next game video, I discovered I'm just not good at writing scripts. I'll just sit there and I'll blank. But I can turn the camera on, sit in front of the camera, and just start rambling about the game. So I decided not using scripts anymore. And it's amazing where your inspiration can come from when you're doing it that way. Like the one day I got up and was like, ooh, it's been a few weeks. I should do a quick little video. What's something simple? I like racing games. I'll do Outrun. And then I might as well do Outrun Europa. I might as well throw Hang On into it. And then next thing I know, I had that video with 4 Sega racing games that was done in a period of a day, just kind of on a whim. Just worked out. The only other video I did after all that was scripted was Psychic World. Now Psychic World was a big one for me, because that was one of the reasons I wanted to do this channel and really talk about my love of the Master System. Was that game. I wanted to put that story out there. There are videos on YouTube of people doing playthroughs of the game, but there was no reviews. So I was like, cool, I've got this down. So I did that one. That was like my magnum opus, and I was just so proud of that one. And I was coming after all the Mickey Mouse games. Actually got a decent amount of views. Most of my videos maybe got 10. Those ones were pushing 50 and 60. And then nobody watched that video. And then I was working on that Cool Spot one, which just took forever. And it seemed, I don't know, and then it just seemed like I was losing my steam, and I wasn't trying to. And I was doing more the vlog videos and other stuff. And I'm doing a whole series of unboxings, which I've stated before aren't really my thing. But I wanted to get it out, like, hey, I got this, and I want to, I got those statues for that altar I had made, those deserve to be showed off. Like, I put a lot of effort into the carving those. Actually, you might be some like master wood carver, and he wasn't even that much effort. It was like, haha, I carved Odin. Next one. Either way, they looked amazing. So this past year, it's just been started as more of a gaming channel. And then I started doing stuff like the board game reviews and like the Star Trek review. I hate that video. I think it's awful, but I leave it up just so I can make fun of it myself. But one of the first videos I did on another channel, and it's still on YouTube, was actually of the game Zoxo, and it was me and Thor playing a game of Zoxo. I wanted to come back and do like a tutorial review type video for that one. So that's why I threw that into Rampage. It's a whole throwback to that. And the guy that created Zoxo, I've actually shown him both of those videos, and he loves them. He's actually a big animal rights activist. He thought it was great to see me playing the game with the dog. So Dinosaur Tea Party was another one I just kind of did in an afternoon. And had Thor in that, and I was like, well, we need a third player, so I had Bunny get in on that. He's a little bit more finicky to work with, but he's cute to have around. So did that stuff, and just the inspiration for things. You know, sometimes it seems like I'm struggling. Like, oh, I'll do this game, but what? You know, I'll play the game like with Green Dog. I ended up not doing the Green Dog video because there was nothing I could say about it that hasn't been said. As I stated before, Kim Justice's video is like the pinnacle of a Green Dog review. Go watch that. I got nothing else to say. But then it's something like taking the kayak out one day, and me and Thor are going kayaking, and all of a sudden just got this idea, like, I can do this video, and it just all kind of flooded to me, so I went out and did it, and it turned out better than it even, you know, I could picture it in my head. And it's just been such an incredible journey, and I wanted to get my name out there more, and I wanted to interact more in the community. So one night at work, I didn't have a lot going on. I had some downtime. I thought I should start watching live streams. Never really given it any thought. And next thing I know, I meet Megadan and JLove89 and T-Belly and One Up Woman. I'm still not like, I don't even remember whose I came into first, and then started catching all these other people. TJ Katsuni was another one. I started seeing him in the chats all the time, and the Batman, who doesn't have YouTube, but oh man, if he's in your stream, it is going to get wild. That guy's hilarious. And of course, fuck Google Plus is in there. He's always a good time too. I just started interacting with those people. I started getting more views. I started watching more stuff I would never watch, like unboxing videos and of course the streams themselves. And when I went to sit down and do my Solstice on the Solstice this year, which incredible, I beat that. I still can't get over that. Let me tell you, since I was doing that as Professor Cornelius, in my head I'm going, yes, 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 fuck yes, and then I'm trying to stay in character and just be like, and that's how you play the game. That was probably one of the hardest things I had to do. So that whole thing came about on account of One Up Woman helping me get everything set up, and as I tried to stream a couple days ago, weeks, time has no meaning on YouTube. Got things going, and it just wasn't working. I think the capture card's busted. I'm not going to bother buying another one because it's not really my thing. I don't think I'm too good at it. I think the Hello Kitty streams turned out good because I had a lot to say about Hello Kitty. But a lot of times with these games, and especially like the old games, I can ramble on, and that's how I like to play them. But when it comes to something like the newer ones, I find myself, you know, I'll get my headset on and I just won't speak. Or like the last time I did it, I had everything set up, but it wasn't set up right. So I was playing for a half hour, and people were like coming in the stream and dropping out, and it was just like, why is nobody sticking around? And then I went to rewatch the stream later. It was like, oh, my headset's off. Which was funny because I like went on and on about my love of racing games. Didn't quite work out for me on that one. But yeah, I mean, it's just been a blast, and I just want to keep going, and I don't know. You know, like I said, you never know when the inspiration's going to hit, like to do something like Dune Walker, or those first couple videos where I just came out here with Thor and just, you know, filming us in the woods and just sitting down and talking like we are right now. It's just been an incredible journey, and it's just going to keep going. It really helps me pull things through. It really helps me focus on things. It gives me that outlet that I need. You know, that video I did a couple days or weeks ago where I was just sitting down playing the bass. I want to do more like that. I've wanted to do like full covers of songs, but I do not have the time to sit down and learn the bass and like 2 guitar parts and then record it and edit that all together. I don't have time for that, sadly, unless I get rid of all my other content, and that's not going anywhere. I'm sitting on some ideas for a game right now forever. I got a Ghouls and Ghosts video that was supposed to be filmed last year and ended up just not happening, and there was something going to film outside, and now I need a new area to film that in because that area is all under construction. But it doesn't matter. It's a blast. I love doing it. Anyway, I think it's about time for us to get going. We've been going on and on and on forever. Just like I said, it's been a full-on quest, you know. There's so much that you discover about yourself making these. I'm so relaxed making the videos. I've become such a better gamer. Like I said, you know, doing the Mickey Mouse games. I had only planned to do the 2 and ended up being able to do all 3, but I could never even beat like a single level in Castle of Illusion, and then I beat all 3 of them this past year. And then it was funny because that actually went up about it was like the 90th anniversary of Mickey Mouse. No idea that was happening. It was just a coincidence. And unfortunately, my Land of Illusion video got buried in the algorithm because of that. Because I looked before I put it up, and nobody was really talking about Land of Illusion other than old videos like Michael's retro game reviews. This guy I used to watch. He's from the UK. He used to do a bunch of retro videos. He did like all the Illusion games, but he skipped the Master System version of Castle. And that was the only one who ever really talked about Land as well. So it's like, cool, I got this. And then my video came out, and like a couple days later, I saw all these people uploaded videos on Land of Illusion, doing like playthroughs of it because of the 90th anniversary of Mickey Mouse, and my video was just buried. And I was like, well, nobody's gonna see my video, but I had fun making it, and I beat the game, so it's cool. It's just been unreal meeting all of you. There's so many of you I want to give shout outs to. Bob Hammerstone's been a big help lately. His streams are just amazing. I wish more people would get in on them. He streams almost every Thursday night, and it's usually just me and him giving some kind of banter. And he's a guy who definitely needs more people in his streams. He's fantastic in front of that camera playing. Like I cannot do live streams like that. But anyway, it's just amazing going back and seeing where I've been, and you know, this past couple weeks rewatching some of my old videos, thinking I bet they're cringe-worthy by now, and I think they're pretty good. I hope other people do too. I mean, they're supposed to be funny, they don't need to be serious, but I hope people are laughing with them and not at them. But it's all good either way. You know, they say you should never look back because it's not where you're going. And I don't know where we're going, but I can't wait to find out.